Hello everyone, it's a little bit off on the after hours, or a little bit after the after hours. It's a little bit late right now. It's probably not a great example at the time that I'm actually recording this video. It's a little past 11. After I finish this up, I'm gonna start prepping up to go to sleep. I want to be rested for tomorrow's session, but I don't want to miss the opportunity of at least recording the video and bring it over to you. It's after hours, like I said. It's well past after hours now, but I took 4 trades today, and I missed one great opportunity that we have today on a short on GoPro. That's very unfortunate. I was actually busy with a couple of the names. GEVO, YVR, which is very popular now. It's the NFTs market. There's a lot of names out there. OCG, YVR, and a couple of the names that are actually very popular. TCAT, if not mistaken, and a couple of other names right now. Very, very popular in the sector with the NFTs. It's a different type of market right now. And today I want to show you CLVS long trade here that took right out of the gates today. I'm going to try to bring you this thing and the reason why I took this trade. Also, I took a long trade today on YVR. The second day today on the YVR. So I was watching for a follow-through move, right? The second day rule, it keeps on moving, stuff like that. We saw move after hours, HOFB. Let me see. Let me put it right here. Let me see, HOFB. Yeah. Look, I'll show you right now. And this is one of the ones that I sent out on actually Sunday to keep an eye on the watch list that I sent every weekend. And today, during the after hour sessions, started to move from the $4.12 after hours. It based on 412 went all the way up to $7.85. An amazing move during the extended hour sessions. There's this one name, HOFV, that I'm adding and keeping for tomorrow. Like I said, we sent this stuff last Sunday and it's totally free. I'm not selling you anything here, and I'm not spamming at all. But if you want to come and see it in the Discord group, you're gonna find an invite link in the description. And also, if you want to receive it in your inbox, I can send it over to you. I just need a place where to send it. So you can go over to tradescolony.com and create an account, get a free account. It's all free stuff. I'm not selling you anything. I just need a place to send it over to you so you can read it. Keep an eye open, and if you like what you see and you want to get on the bandwagon and get on the opportunity, well, then go for it. But CLVS today, I was watching this one for a possible bounce move, and today it held. Look at the pre-market session, 747, yellow trend line. This is a intraday spot. There's a reason why. It's on yellow. White means daily. Yellow, I put him there for intraday levels, right? So today I saw this thing. It came down, and I was looking towards the left. You see it right here. This spot right here has a little bit of support on prior levels on the pre-market session. So once it reclaimed the view app right here and started to push up, right, I saw how it took the range on the prior 5-minute candle, finding support on the prior low around this level, around this base here. So if you put the base here, you're gonna notice how it actually took that little base, found support, prior support, push up, support again, and now had a retest, and in this candle had a pretty decent range. And although the volume of this one, it was pretty significant, bigger than the volume of this one. We got 714,000 shares, and this 5-minute candle only had 386, but it took out the whole range. So finding support on that base took out the range and reclaimed the VWAP. When it stopped, when it hit the VWAP on top, it pushed up, then it dipped, but hold up right there, found a little bit of support, $7.16 prior support. Now becomes the same dip. Although it dipped under the VWAP, it didn't lose it. Hold it right here on a 1 minute, push up, follow through. I didn't get a lot on this trade. I was looking for a retest of the prior highs here, 747 psychological level towards 750. It didn't really give it to me, although it was a green trade. It was a really tiny one, but it still was a green one, and so green is good. So we're gonna jump into YVR. YVR here as well was a pretty decent one. The reason why I liked YVR is because it's been moving over the last couple of days. Look at it's coming from down here. It started to find a base around on the 15-minute time frame on the 100 simple moving average and started to base. Here we have a decent push up, very flag pattern formation right here on the 15. Again, this is a 15 push up today during the pre-market hours. It started to go a little bit of sideways type of formation, and then it lost, started to dip on the VWAP, came down. But I had an idea. Same thing with CLVS. If this thing actually reclaims, holds, and that support stays on, when it reclaimed the VWAP, I wrote it on the Discord chat this morning. Reclaimed the VWAP. See if it holds. And this range here stayed on top when it came on top of this range here, pull back a little bit, dip, found support on the 100 simple moving average, 1 minute, started to push up right there. That's push right at the level that he found, that little resistance right the high of this candle, taking out the prior high 526, reclaiming the VWAP with a pretty decent support and volume coming in on this candle. On the 1 minute right here, we have 1.2 million shares traded on the first candle right out of the gate. And so he had a nice push, then he got halted, and then you can see right here how it opened and started to move around a little bit, and then it had a little tiny push up here. But that tiny push up from 637, it was also an 83-cent push up to a high of $7.23. So green trade on this one when it reclaimed that VWAP spot. Small green trade on CLVS after it reclaimed the VWAP. So again, this is the first trade that I took today, and then CLVS, but I missed up on the order of the trades here. But first trade here, then I jumped into CLVS. I missed GoPro. The prior day started to roll, right? You can see right here this top, how it starts to find this formation here in the 15-minute. I'm sorry, until it started to roll over on the prior day, and so I was watching it for today, but I actually missed the move here. It was a pretty bad thing for me. I felt pretty messed up afterwards. I was like, holy smoke, how did I miss the move on GoPro? Because I was actually waiting for this stuff for a couple of days, but hey, things happen. You can't really catch everything. Then I jumped into LOTZ, right? And then GEVO for last. So LOTZ started to ramp up from the pre-market hours. I wasn't looking for this as a short trade, to be honest with you, but I've noticed something. And since I like shorting a lot, and I can recognize the patterns a lot easier than the long ones, to be honest, although nowadays shorts are not really working as much, but it's a little bit easier for me. So coming into this stuff, I was waiting for this to reclaim the VWAP and start to push up and open up over the high of this candle right here, $8.38. So it was a major key point here, and although it did push over here, we got a topping candle in 1 minute, so it wasn't really something. So what I was looking for was a reclaim the VWAP, pull back and retest it, and then follow through to the upside. Like for example here, dip, push, and right here test, and then fail and go down. So that was exactly what I was looking for the long side. So reclaim and then pull back, retest, and then come right back up. So here I had shares available. When I saw this thing happen, the 5-minute candle started to have this rejection. Now when it had this prior low right here and starts to come up to the VWAP, I start looking for an entry, because here it did reject this thing and start to have a topping candle one. So he had this little low, comes up, and again going back to the same thing. This is what I'm looking for now. Come up, retest, and hold on top, pull back but holds on top, and then follows through to the upside. When I started to see this thing, he started to have this whipsaw here around the VWAP. I was not so sure about a long trade working here, especially when I started to read level 2 and time sales. And so here, when also rejected the one simple moving average in that 1 minute and started to whipsaw here, I noticed that there was a chance that this thing might actually work. If you look at the range of the candles right here, the low was 818, the top 820 with a 822 on that, the VWAP. So I slapped it. Once it failed at the 818 low and it hit at $8.17, I hit it right with the hack keys. Control S for short. Came down, slap it, got me filled right on the spot, and then started to find this base support on the 50 simple moving average on the one. It dipped for a second and then came right back up. Then started to go sideways here, but it did retest this prior low, and by the time it got there, then I stepped out. It was around 802. I put the order. It didn't get filled the first time around, and so it bounced here a little bit, and when it dipped the second time, this candle, I get stepped out because there was not a lot of liquidity to take me out. And when I put I hit the shift and shift H to get me out, then and leave something still open for a possible follow through to the 781, there was not enough liquidity to get me out and with a limit order, and it didn't get me filled right here. And even here I had to wait a couple of seconds, and then I canceled it and I had to step out with a market order. And so I left it open thinking that there was a possibility that we can go down to that spot, but it didn't really work out. So when it took the high of this one 806, I stepped out with the rest. If you notice right here, started to give you this formation 806 and 806. So I was hoping that the and again, hope is a word that is not convenient to use. You can't really hope. You need to have a strategy. But I looked at this and it didn't really hold. I supposed that I was thinking that the high of this candle right here was actually going to hold, because the other one, I was not going to let it come all the way up to A12 to just get me out. And since this one was actually a lack of liquidity, the volume wasn't too high. By the time that I started to trade this one, the volume wasn't too great, so it started to die out a little bit, and it didn't really have so much volume, and so I didn't want to have anybody coming in with a huge bid with that demand, not to have enough supply for that person, and then have the price push up all the way to take me right back up towards the VWAP, and then as a long trade, like change the character or the price action. So I did stepped out of the 1/3 that I was holding when it took the high of this little range right here. That, if you noticed, it printed a 1 minute bull flag formation right here when the trend started to shift right back up. So found support, prior low, starts to push up, then it gives you a little bit of a pullback with a flag formation right here in the 1 minute, and then starts to push up to follow through right back up to the upside, and retest that VWAP to then stay there for the whole rest of the day. And also GEVO was the other one that actually opened up as a short very well today, when it came under the VWAP here. Again, this is the things that I'm looking for on this type of names, is that it comes, I like to make sure that things actually are going to work. And although you see this mess here, oftentimes when you see this dip and come up, and then it starts to hold the prior areas, and this is exactly where it opened today. Look at that dotted trend line here, starts to hold this prior areas of those highs, starts to reject, although it dipped, found support, comes up, and it starts to reject again. When the price action turns again, there might be a possibility that the price action is actually about to change the character from a bullish standpoint to a bearish standpoint. So I like to take those trades. So it opened up very well when it held the high. This candle's right here, 1004. We got a high at 1005. So by the penny here, pull back, and right here with a hammer formation on the 5 minutes on top of the VWAP, it did have a decent follow through all the way to 952. And then the second time around, when he started to reject this VWAP formation with a doji right here, it was another time that I slapped it, and that was around this area. Then I started looking for it because I was holding a little bit, and it started to print this little pennant formation in the 1 minute, which you can see inside of this 5 minute candles right here. And I was looking for some follow through, but it didn't really happen as fast as I wanted to, and I stepped out. But if you look at the high of the 5 minutes, it's actually stayed by the penny. By the penny it held at right here, $9.75. So that high at 975 right there, it did hold this resistance and then roll over right back down. This is one of the things that I have a couple of video lessons on private channels on the Discord group, and I actually teach this kind of strategies on those bounces to take the rollover trade right back down again. When you have this type of bounce plays, exactly this type of bounce plays right back up towards the VWAP with 2 and 3 candles. Those strategies I actually teach on private channels that I have a lot of video lessons already uploaded there. So I missed this follow through move here. I did take the trade here and then here, but this one didn't really have a lot of follow through, but I did really slap it when I started to reject. And on top of all of that, if you talk about risk reward, when you have this type of trade here and you have a rejection with this candles right here rejecting the VWAP, and you look for an entry, your risk to reward ratio is actually pretty decent, because you can place your order and get as a short, and your risk will be extremely tiny compared to the reward. Because if you look at the low discount on 979, you have the VWAP sitting at 982. 982 is just 3 cents away. So you can actually measure this stuff, and you can put your trade against these levels. Say if this thing actually holds, it's gonna work pretty well for me. But if it just takes out the prior high here with the VWAP and it reclaims, then you only have a 3 cent to maybe 4 cent, maybe 5 cent. Let's say that you want to hold it for maybe 1 more minute, but you have a high of this candle right here that you can measure against the trade. And right here at the low of these candles, you have actually a 4 right there, 4 cents of risk to a reward from right under the low at 978 to this area 952. So you have a pretty decent risk to reward. 4 cents to 25 cents is actually a pretty decent thing. So I was looking for follow through here, although I was looking to go to a Sequest with kids today, have fun, and go to the aquarium and feed the fish and see the sharks and do stuff like that. And I didn't hold this thing into midday. It was like around 11:30, so I stepped out the last trade on this candle, and I wasn't holding for that resistance and follow through, but it did give me the levels that I was looking for. And then it did follow through even more. So look at how well it did move today. And if you look at here, we got one, and then the following level right there, back down. It's always good to look towards the left to see the levels that where you see this consolidation right here. It's a little flag formation that you have, and where the price action actually slows down. This is a spot that actually you look at how we bounce from that spot, and then the follow through down here where we have moving average, right? So down here bounced off from that moving average spot. So it was good and convenient to look towards the left. Let's see, HOFV. If you're still watching this video, I just want to show you here how this stuff moved during the after hour sessions, and that we just talked about this stuff last Sunday. I sent it out on an email, and I also posted in the Discord channel, Names and Watch. So there you have it. I just wanted to bring you this video. It's a little bit late right now. It's 11:43 p.m. and I am still up and bring you this information, hoping that it gives you some value and it does help you with your trading career and where you want to go and take the trading maybe to the next level. So for now, I'll let you guys go. I'm gonna start prepping up to go to sleep, and you guys enjoy the rest of your day, whatever time you're watching this video. If you're still here and you haven't subscribed to the channel, it's greatly appreciated if you do so. And if you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I appreciate that, and that lets me know that you appreciate what I'm doing, and also that you liked the video. Not only because you hit the like, but because you really did like the video. So thank you so much. Enjoy your day and happy trading. Stay green.